Now, I'm no fan of the Trump administration, but I am a fan of Jack White. Not with the white stripes, no, actually. I've tried. There were certain tracks. Seven Nation Army would be one, of course, but I'm a massive fan of him on his own because I think he's a bit of a maverick. And having said that, this latest spat, I suppose you could say, unless it's all engineered for social media, which I doubt, has been reported in The Independent in the UK. Not in the actual newspaper, I don't believe. I think it's been relegated to the internet, which the less important stories are usually relegated to. But this is a story which shows the way that things can happen on social media. Here's what's happened on this occasion. I could be wrong, so maybe somebody will correct me if I am. My understanding is that Jack White, when he saw the recent White House chat with Vladimir Zelensky, you know, the backslapping rather than haranguing one, behind them was something on the fireplace, the white fireplace, which looked gold. It looked like crests, gold crests, not to my taste, and not to Jack's taste either. He went online and said that was disgusting. He makes some very good points later on in this about poverty and all the rest of it, which is great. He really does. But this was the beginning of the spat. He may have meant it was disgusting considering so many people in the States are struggling. And the White House might have thought, well, that's what you get when you're president. You get people complaining about things. But no, although they are less thin-skinned than in the first Trump administration, I believe, they fought back and said that that Jack White is a has-been, which is not the case. They really do need to get their zeitgeist tape sorted out, and that he's masquerading as a musician or something like that. To which Jack White has replied, well, that can go on my tombstone. And I think he's pushed back to say that there's some masquerading going on at the White House, I think. Now, remember, I'm no journalist. I'm just giving my views. But neither of them come out with any credit, although Jack does make some political points later on in the article. Seek it out on The Independent or elsewhere. But really, it just shows that in this always-on culture of social media, things can escalate very, very quickly.